Hello again, everyone. This is Dflekd here with Firm but Fair Gaming, bringing you a play or not play video. This is Star Wars: The Old Republic. This game is older game. I believe it was out in the around 2014, 2015, maybe even earlier. I'm not actually sure the actual launch date of it. I didn't even look it up. I just dove back into this after a long time of not playing it, just to see what it was like in 2020. I can honestly say, if you like Star Wars and you like MMOs, this is a no-brainer. Obviously, you have tried it or should try it in that case. If you like just MMOs and you're not a big Star Wars fan, then the actual gameplay is great. It's a turn-based, so it's a little slower in some, and you have to wait for cooldowns and everything, but it's still a good game. Be the Star Wars version of World of Warcraft or something like that. If you're looking for a Star Wars game that's very enjoyable, that keeps updating constantly, there's always new DLCs coming out, and if you're a subscriber, they're free to play. It is the same concept as Warcraft, where it is monthly subscriptions do give you the biggest benefit. You don't have to have the monthly subscription, but it does benefit quite a bit. Later on I'll be bringing out a leveling guide as well on this, which they made leveling that much easier in 2020. The gameplay itself hasn't changed much from before. It's still very fun. It does have one of the best storylines I've ever seen in a game. It's very interactive. You can choose different things you want to say to people. You can be light or dark. You can pick things. On this character, I went all dark. He's 100% dark. But you can do Sith character, which is the bad guys, or you can do the Republic character, which is your Jedi Knights. You can make them opposites. You can have a Sith character that's 100% light, or you can make them dark, or you make them in between. There's just lots of options and lots of different things you can do in the game. You have a full companion screen where you do get different companions that will follow you around. You can have all the companions now, which they've made nicer, is you can change their role. So you never used to do this. So you can take any companion you like with you and change their role to damage tank or healer on whichever one you want to use.
I'll be in my quarters.
The game is, I don't know, it's exceptionally fun. The story is probably the best I've ever played in a game. It's very interactive. There's a lot of cutscenes, a lot of talking where you choose your direction. You do get mounts in the game where you can ride around on them. You know, just move quicker is the basic object of that. There's different ones. You can get the space version, the ships and the monsters and all that as well for the Star Wars theme. You are able to warp places, like you can have quick travel points you can go to. You have different planets you can go to. It's a very large and vast game with lots and lots of things to do. You can warp to capital cities. In the bad guys, there's Droma Cass. If you're the good guys, I forget what it's called. Coruscant, maybe. You can go to your ship. Every one of your characters has a personal starship, so everyone's different. There's 8 different characters you can actually play with, 8 different storylines, 4 good, 4 bad. And within those 8 different characters, you have subclasses. So you can go with this. This is a Sith Warrior, and his subclass is a Marauder. So the other alternative is he could have been a Juggernaut, and with that they have different classes within themselves. So as a Marauder alone, I have 3 different paths I can pick, and then the Juggernaut also has 3 different paths. So it's a very diverse game. You can do a lot with it. It's the same concept as most MMOs, where you have a tank, a healer, and DPS, and you pick characters based upon that. So if you're looking for a fun game, very interactive, lots to do, you don't have to pay to play. You can play for free. You can try it out. I definitely recommend this game. It is a good time. You can join a guild for the extra XP. And the story here is probably one of the best I've ever played in a game. I definitely recommend doing the storylines. In 2020, as of right now, in end of April, beginning of May, there's double XP, so you can level that much quicker as well. So it's worth picking up. It's worth trying out. Give it a shot. If you like it just for the story, just play the story, move on to a different character. You can play all 8 of them if you like, if you have time. Through the story missions, you can get through pretty quick. Each character's story mission goes from level 1 to level about 50, 55, depends on how quick you complete it. And each 8 classes you can do that with, and all 8 of those stories are different, every one of them. So it is neat to go through all the stories. There is lots of variety, lots of choice, lots of change, and once you get past level 50, then the story amalgamates and you kind of all have the same story past there, or very close to the same story. So without ruining anything or spoilers, I don't want to get into too many of the story details because they are fantastic to go through yourself. If you're looking for some of the best storylines, the Sith Warrior is one. That's just your standard bad Jedi, I guess. He's the opposite of a Jedi. He's the dark side of the Force. The Inquisitor was one of my favorite ones. That was probably my favorite storyline. It was amazing. The Agent was very good too for the dark side. It's an Imperial agent. It was a very, very good storyline. So I've done a lot of them. I know I don't think I have any left. I actually think I've just about finished every storyline because they are so good and you can get through them so quick. But I definitely recommend, I like the dark side, but if you want to go Jedi, do the Jedi Knight. That's your typical number 1 Jedi warrior type idea, and it's a pretty good storyline as well. So definitely give it a try, jump in, see what you think, go for the story, stay for the interaction, stay for the longevity of the game if you like it. You can always join a guild, you can always try and recruit some friends, but definitely give it a try. It is worth it for the game and the storyline. So this was Dflekd with Firm But Fair Gaming.